Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with another Vox reissue, courtesy of Naxos. Remember, these are coming as individual discs, not as Vox boxes and cheapy collections, which one of you has already quite snarkily protested at or about. And like I said before, I want to be clear about this. You know, if this thing has value, they can charge a reasonable price for it. They're entitled to do that, and I have no issue with it, because if you want it badly enough, you'll chomp up the money. Anything less than $20, in my view, is a deal. And you can always stream it or, do it some other way if you don't want to get physical product. So, and that's even cheaper. So it's like, I'm not worried about that stuff. Come on, folks. Let them make a little money. And the funny thing is that Vox didn't know how valuable some of their stuff was. And some of it really is amazing. And so if Naxos releases the amazing stuff and wants to charge a price, one of the things we've always argued about, and we can't be hypocritical about these things, is that the industry never knew the value of what it had, and that it was giving away the family jewels by just tossing out the best stuff at budget prices, which of course was great for us collectors. But it was not fair to the artists, and it really wasn't fair to the industry, because they tanked. I mean, they've sold themselves, into oblivion. So God forbid someone should make a little money. I've never seen an industry like the classical music business, and it's true about all of it, the artists and performing arts too, because they're the most money-grubbing people on the planet, that so resents the effort that someone makes to make a decent living, to make money, to try and assert that there's value in what they do, and everyone just craps on them, and there's something very sick about it, frankly. So that's my diatribe about that. So I don't hear any crap about, ooh, it's too expensive. No, it isn't. It really is. If you want it, fork up $16, $15. If you don't want it, don't buy it. There's plenty of other stuff, to people doing the same stuff. You may like it better. What we have here is Rachmaninoff Piano Concertos 2 and 3 with Slatkin, St. Louis, and Abbey Simon. Now, Slatkin, St. Louis, Rachmaninoff was major. It was an important cycle. It was very, very well done. The performances have held up quite well for the most part. The Piano Concerto cycle with Abbey Simon was marvelous. Abbey Simon was one of those pianists. He was never a guy who had a huge amount of virtuoso reputation, PR kind of stuff behind him. But he was a very, very solid pianist. He was a wonderful Chopin and Ravel and Rachmaninoff pianist. That's what he's best known for the cycles of their piano music. And he did some very good lists, too. I think he did, anyway. But he really was a fine musician, a serious musician, sensitive, and he wasn't somebody who was going to, he didn't have this sort of outsized egomaniacal personality, which, of course, we like in our virtuoso pianists. So he didn't get as much attention as he deserved, but this is a terrific piano Rachmaninoff cycle. And Piano Concertos 2 and 3 on one disc is a good deal. However you slice it, it's 71 minutes worth of music. Very, very well recorded. It's been remastered here from the original, Joanna Nikrens and Mark Obort productions. It sounds just fine. And boy, these are good performances. They're very, very musicianly performances. The Rachmaninoff second and third piano concertos are essentially symphonies for piano and orchestra. I mean, because the piano accompanies the orchestra as much as the other way around. I mean, think of the very opening of the second piano concerto, right? The piano starts out, and then it goes underground, boom, ba-da-da-chung, ba-da-da-chung, ba-da-da-chung. But the tune is in the strings. Well, there's just so much really smart cooperation between the piano and the orchestra in these performances. They are so wonderfully gratifying to listen to, because you're not conscious so much of virtuoso piano fireworks, although they're there. It's just unassuming virtuosity, and the music just flows. It just gushes forward the way it's supposed to. And when you want to hear the piano, you hear the piano. When you want to hear the orchestra, you hear the orchestra. The tempos are all very, very well chosen. Really beautiful. There are no dead spots, especially in the third concerto, which is always a problem. And I know that there are he's not, Abbey Simon is not Martha Argerich. He doesn't go crazy anywhere in the finale, but he's got all the notes. His technique is so self-assured, and they're beautiful performances. They really are. They're worth every penny if you want to buy them. And I just wish that that Vox would release the entire series sort of hopefully in close proximity so you can get all of it, not just one disc and all the rest of it can go to hell. I know 1 and 4 are not as popular as 2 and 3. They may not be as much of a priority. Clearly, Naxos is being very careful and selective in what they're choosing, but it's important that we get these things complete at some point, at some price level. At least I hope we do. In the meantime, I can recommend this with a full heart. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.